He's blue, he's cute, and he's super fast.
NERDSoul.
Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul, where we bring together hip hop and geek. And today we're getting into a little video game animation, if you will, with thumbnails. And we're gonna have a ball of a time because we're talking about animation, anime, all that good stuff that you draw and put on the screen is right here. And today we're slowing down just a little bit to talk about a very fast hedgehog by the name of Sonic. That's right, Sonic the Hedgehog, in this case, talking about Sonic Mania. Back last year, we talked about the, the intro animation for Sonic Mania, and I was talking about how this is just so great, it's so perfect, so vibrant, so playful, and this is exactly what a new animated series should look like for Sonic the Hedgehog. Well, people listening to your boy, they're listening to your boy. Okay, honestly, they probably weren't listening to me, they probably had this already planned, but Sonic Mania has started to have these little animated shorts, and there's no, there's no audio as far as spoken dialogue, but it's perfect for Sonic. And I don't know if you guys know about it yet. You might not have gotten a chance to see it, but Sonic Mania is just this beautiful cuteness with some comedy that I think you should definitely get into. Now, for the people that are super duper young that watch the show, might not know about Sonic, even though he's had like 80 games. Sonic the Hedgehog is a hedgehog. He's blue, he runs super duper fast, and he always fights against Dr. Robotnik, who's chaining up these little animals, and Sonic has to free them by either spinning into them or jumping on them. It's a platformer similar to like Mario or Crash Bandicoot or something like that, and it is a lot of fun. He has a host of characters, got like Rose and Tails and Knuckles, and all of them are just as cool and cutesy as he is, as you see in this animation, and in a lot of his games too. And I'm gonna slow it down just a little bit to talk about, I think, 3 reasons you should be checking out Sonic Mania, the animated shorts. So we're gonna turn things around and start with number 3, which is the cuteness. There is a cute factor about just the animals that Sonic has to save. And I know you guys probably don't want to hear about cuteness in your Sonic the Hedgehog, but I think that's what helps lend to this style of animation, which is just this factor of it's cute, it's lighthearted, it's fun, it doesn't weigh you down. You know, a lot of stuff wants to be kind of like edgy and dark, and this stays perfectly in this kind of like Green Hill Zone type vibe where it's very colorful, very vibrant, and just pretty to look at. And it has it's very pleasing to the eyes. And I think that cuteness factor is something that really makes it just enjoyable and honestly special. Now I'm going to move on to my number 2, which is the character design and the animation around the running. The character design, of course, is very similar to the Sonic Mania intro that they did last year. Retains a lot of that style, a lot of those colors and vibes. But I also like the running animation. How you see him, how he just zips and gets up and goes and, like flies and bounces everywhere. It gives you that frenetic vibe that you get in the game. Of course, some games are faster than others, but you get this frenetic vibe, like he's moving at a pace that we can barely keep up with with our eyes. And that's something that I love about it. I think it retains a lot of that feel from the games. I think it adds on to it with animation. And I think that's something that really helps kind of build his character by the way he looks, the way he acts, his comedy, and I think it just brings in a whole new breath of life, I guess, to the franchise. And I hope we get many, many more. Now I'm going to get to my number 1, and also, an honorable mention, if you will, right after the break. But of course, KURO brand is going to help us pay them bills. Oh yeah, hit that link below. Hat, shirts, hoodies, all that jazz. And once you find something you like, of course, cop it. Now, I'm gonna get into my honorable mention. And my main honorable mention is the continuation, of course, of the Chaos Emeralds. You know, they could have kind of like ran through this without doing that stuff, without bringing in that storyline. But we stopped for a moment just to remind us that, hey, oh, the Chaos Emeralds, yeah. And, you know, Sonic has one. He just pulls it out of his pocket like, I got this. And then, you know, we see on Robotnik's, I don't know, cell phone or PDA or tricorder, whatever you want to call it. He pulls it up and he's like, oh, like Robotnik got like 5 of these already. I'm gonna have to work on that. And you can kind of just see the fact that they brought this in when they didn't have to, because you can kind of do the show without the Chaos Emeralds. It wouldn't be the same, but you could get that point across of what Sonic is, who Sonic is, and Dr. Robotnik without those. So I like that incorporation with the lore. The more lore, well, maybe not always the more lore, but the more lore, the better. And that's why it's an honorable mention for me. Now, getting on to the very last, we talked about the character design. We talked about how cute it was. We talked about the honorable mention of the inclusion of lore and Chaos Emeralds and all that stuff, the little robots. You got to jump on and hit the top and it freeze them and all that. Now we're going to talk about my number one, which is the comedy. Without dialogue, the gags, the looks, the props in this work. They're cute. They get a giggle out of you. If you've ever been interested in Sonic, this is right up your alley. You know, like the toe tapping and the, you know, the raised eyebrows, and then, you know, Dr. Robotnik on his side getting, you know, getting a hand up and then, you know, losing on the other side. It's like, you know, every, you know, machination that he has kind of works until it doesn't. And they play on that very well. They play on, you know, Sonic and Dr. Robotnik kind of like slapping hands at each other. It was done in a very funny way where you get a chuckle and sometimes even a large laugh out of like the hand slap part because of just the way it's set up. You know, they run around this rat race with each other. They get tied up together and then they can't stand to be beside each other. So they only do what they can, which is just slapping hands. Then, you know, getting free and leaving Dr. Robotnik there and changing the time on the bomb. It's got a lot of comedy. So you add those together and you have an animated short that I think is it's pleasing and it's perfect for a Sonic fan. So guys, holla at me, I'm gonna holla at you. Down in them comments, let's talk about Sonic Mania. Are you watching the animated series? Are you into, well, not animated series, it should be though. I think if we did an animated series, 30 minutes, similar to Looney Tunes, all right? You got 30 minutes and you got 3 stories in that 30 minutes and they could all be silent and you have Knuckles do something, maybe Rose and Sonic do something, and maybe something with Metal Sonic versus Tails or something. It just, you know, you could keep them all silent and have like these little gags. I think it'd be a lot of fun. So yeah, let's talk about that too. And before I bounce, I'm gonna tell you guys to hit up ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right, check me out right there. All the videos from the oldest, newest, latest, greatest, and all that. Then hit up shop.thatnerdsoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt player. And don't forget to get one for them playettes. Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that NERDSoul. That's right, there's no better way that I can show people that you like what you are watching. So, LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And please be good to yourselves. Please be good to each other. And remember, you can never, ever trust Dr. Robotnik, no matter how much he smiles. Peace.